Hey, everybody. Today I want to talk about who you used to be. Who you used to be is very often who your current target market is. Now, what happens if you change? You grow, you evolve, you turn into something else. Now what? That's what we're talking about today, so stick around.
You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss-Ep.
When you evolve, a lot of different things happen. Number one, you become better, you become stronger, you become a more aligned version of yourself in alignment with your highest purpose. So when you evolve, it's kind of like this metamorphosis that you turn into something else, someone else. Now, your target market very often is who you used to be, especially if you're a coach or a healer. That means that maybe you went through some traumatic experience, you've turned your mess into your message, and you've gotten through it. You've had that transition, that transformation, and now you're helping other people have that same transformation. So you are helping people get to where you are now, but you're helping the people that are like who you used to be. Now, this is not 100% across the board, but very often who you help is who you used to be. So when you evolve into something even bigger or better or stronger, then the person that you help may be just a few steps behind you, which means that you need to change who your target market is. The best way for me to explain this is if you think of point A, point B, and point C. So you were at point A, you were struggling, you got yourself to point B. Now you're a coach or a healer helping other people who are at point A get to point B. But along the way, you are bettering yourself. So you are slowly moving towards point C. In point C, you may want to start helping people who are in point B instead of or in addition to the people who are at point A. So you're moving, you're progressing, and therefore your target market needs to progress as well, very often in order for you to feel aligned. And not always, and that's fine too. But when you evolve, so does who you serve. So if staying inspired and fully in love with what you do is important to you, then you should really reevaluate your target market regularly. As a spiritually aligned entrepreneur, you are constantly undergoing small changes and you're leveling up, especially if you focus on personal and business development, which most of us do. Want to connect about all your marketing needs and have access to all my free resources? Connect with other health and life coaches, healers, and virtual assistants that support those types of businesses. Join the fun over at magneticmarketingmastermind.com. So you are constantly evolving. And that means that just like you outgrow certain phases in your life, you may begin to outgrow your client niche or even your service offerings. That's actually how I went from being a life coach to becoming an online marketing strategist for coaches and healers. And that's a very simplified pathway journey of whatever it is I went through. Because before life coaching, I was health coaching. Before that, I was doing yoga. Before that, I was doing dance. And I have DJ thrown in there as well. So I have progressed over several different things that all have to do with each other a little bit. Like point A has to do with point B a little bit. Point B has to do with point C a little bit. Point C has to do with point D a little bit. And as we get further on down the line, point F doesn't really have to do with point A anymore. You see, there's an evolution there. So don't be afraid to change who you serve. It's actually in the highest, greatest good for everyone. When you are thriving at your highest potential, you serve your clients best. That's the best way to serve your clients. You coming from your highest potential, which changes over time. So if you start to feel not as excited to do what you've been doing and like you're more inspired by taking a different direction, I've seen so many people just teeter on the edge and not know which way to turn, and that keeps them stuck. So my advice to you is just do it. You don't owe anyone any explanation whatsoever. I want you to put yourself first because that is self-love after all. So put yourself first. You can pivot your business. There are ways to transition where everybody wins, and that's what I want you to look for. So don't forget to reevaluate your niche, your targeting the people that you're targeting just a few times a year, because if you start feeling misaligned, the business and your well-being will suffer, guaranteed. We actually reevaluate the target every quarter, every 3 months. So I'm interested to know if you have ever changed your niche and if you've ever changed your offerings. I mean, if you've been in business for some time, I'm sure that you have. And it's a great, beautiful thing. It's like growing up. It's like becoming a teenager business and then becoming a young adult business and then becoming an adult business. Not in a weird way, not in like a X-rated way, but in a, I am growing, I am evolving, I am changing, I am becoming more mature, and I am serving more mature clients. And actually what this means is you may be charging a different price point. You may be adding people to your team. You may be redoing your branding. So as you up level, all of these things have the potential to jumble up and become a better version. So I just want you to think about what is best for you and your well-being. What is that self-love, that inspiration, that higher purpose that feels good to you? Because that's the way that you have to go, and that is in the highest, greatest good for everyone. All right, I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Hey, coaches and healers, it's time to feel supported in your business. Head on over to our free community to get access to my best resources for free. I'm talking marketing tips, business strategy, feedback, and so much more. Join now at magneticmarketingmastermind.com. See you there.